Welcome back to Ageless Health Tips, your daily path to feeling stronger and living better. Today, we're diving into the top 3 kitchen spices that can naturally and swiftly ease joint pain and calm inflammation. Are stiff, aching joints a constant companion? Perhaps you're tired of relying on painkillers and yearn for a gentler, more natural approach, something you can easily weave into your day without a worry about side effects. If so, you are absolutely in the right place. This video will unlock the surprising power of potent spices you can simply sprinkle over everyday meals to naturally combat joint pain and inflammation. The best part? They're not rare or exotic. Chances are they're already nestled in your pantry. So grab a warm drink, settle in comfortably, and let's explore how a few humble seasonings can bring profound relief to your joints. We'll kick things off with one that might genuinely surprise you. Number 1, cloves. Let's shine a spotlight on one of the most wonderfully underrated spices often hiding in plain sight: cloves. These small, unassuming dark buds don't look particularly impressive, but please, don't let their appearance deceive you. When it comes to soothing joint discomfort and significantly dialing down inflammation, cloves deliver truly outsized benefits. You might typically associate them with festive holiday baking or warm, spiced teas, and yes, they do indeed lend that comforting, cozy note to desserts and drinks. But far beyond their delightful aroma, cloves are absolutely packed with powerful bioactive compounds capable of calming sore joints and helping to shield them from further wear and tear. So, what exactly gives cloves their therapeutic edge? The star molecule here is eugenol. It's not only the source of clove's distinctive scent, but also much of its remarkable healing power. Eugenol has been extensively researched for its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and even analgesic, pain-relieving actions. In simpler terms, it actively helps to quiet overactive inflammatory pathways, neutralize damaging free radicals, and take the sharp sting out of pain. Picture your joints feeling puffy, stiff, or tender. Inflammation is your body's essential protective response, but when it becomes chronic, as it does in many forms of arthritis, it tragically starts to harm rather than help. Eugenol has the impressive ability to inhibit COX-2 activity, the very same target many over-the-counter pain relievers aim at. This offers a gentler, food-based method to calm the internal fire without you having to rely solely on pills. Moreover, cloves rank among the most antioxidant-dense spices you can find. This is crucial because oxidative stress, stemming from aging, a poor diet, environmental pollution, or even chronic stress, accelerates cartilage breakdown and joint degeneration. By providing a rich reservoir of antioxidants, cloves help to slow this detrimental process and protect your precious joint tissues at a cellular level. On the ORAC scale, a key measure of antioxidant capacity, cloves actually outscore many celebrated superfoods, even nudging ahead of blueberries. Here's another compelling dimension. Emerging research suggests that certain clove constituents may actively limit cartilage damage in arthritic conditions. Translation? Cloves might do more than just alleviate symptoms. They could actively help preserve your joint structure, supporting better flexibility, less stiffness, and fewer painful flare-ups over time. Now, how do you incorporate them into your daily life without experiencing flavor fatigue? It's surprisingly easy. Whole clove tea. Drop a few whole cloves into gently boiling water. Let them simmer for 10-15 minutes, then strain and sip. A touch of honey and lemon is optional. Enjoy this soothing brew after meals or in the evening, especially if nighttime aches are your trouble spot. Ground cloves. Go light, as the flavor is potent. A mere pinch is usually plenty. Stir it into your morning oatmeal, blend it into a banana cinnamon smoothie, or fold it into curries and stews. You'll gain both depth of flavor and these wonderful joint-friendly compounds in one simple move. Golden milk, upgraded. Warm your preferred milk with turmeric, ginger, black pepper, and now a small pinch of ground clove. It transforms into a profoundly soothing, anti-inflammatory pre-bed ritual your joints will truly appreciate. Infused oil. Gently warm olive oil with a few whole cloves and other joint-supportive spices. Drizzle this subtly infused oil over roasted vegetables, or use it as a finishing touch on salads for a delicate functional lift. A quick but important caution: cloves are highly concentrated in eugenol. Large doses, particularly in supplement or essential oil forms, can be too much for your body and might trigger unwanted side effects. Always keep your intake to normal culinary amounts to capture the amazing benefits without any undue risk. If you enjoy aromatherapy, the warm scent of clove oil can be incredibly comforting, and a properly diluted topical application, always mixed with a carrier oil like coconut or almond and patch-tested first, may provide localized warmth and mild numbing on sore areas. Why wholeheartedly recommend cloves for joint care? Because they are simple, remarkably accessible, and profoundly effective. No complicated recipes or radical lifestyle shifts required, just small, smart additions that quietly stack up over time. True recovery isn't solely about what you avoid. It's also profoundly about the smart, supportive additions that genuinely aid healing. Cloves are precisely that kind of everyday upgrade. So, the next time you're planning meals or your joints begin to feel a little tight, consider where a touch of clove magic can subtly slip in. Your body, and especially your joints, will absolutely feel the difference. Number 2, cinnamon. Let's chat about a spice you most likely associate with pure comfort food, cinnamon. Now, let's explore why it profoundly deserves a vital place in your joint care toolkit. Most of us instinctively think cinnamon belongs on cinnamon rolls, draped over apple pie, or gracefully swirled into a cozy cup of chai. Yet that very same warm, familiar seasoning can play a truly meaningful role in easing persistent joint aches and significantly dialing down inflammation. The simple stick or powder tucked away in your pantry might just be one of the most accessible natural supports for sore knees, stiff fingers, or that achy back that protests after a long day. Cinnamon boasts an impressive and extensive history in traditional healing systems, spanning from ancient Egypt to Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, where it was revered for its restorative properties. Modern research is now diligently catching up, validating what those ancient traditions instinctively observed. The key bioactive compound is called cinnamaldehyde. This remarkable compound is responsible for cinnamon's signature aroma and distinct flavor, but it also carries potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Since long-standing joint pain is frequently driven by persistent low-grade inflammation, anything that safely and gently nudges those inflammatory pathways downward can make a very real difference in your day-to-day comfort. When chronic inflammation is constantly simmering, your immune system can mistakenly target your body's own tissues, manifesting as stiffness, swelling, and pain. Cinnamaldehyde and its related compounds actively help to calm this misdirected response. Several studies have convincingly linked regular cinnamon intake with notable reductions in inflammatory markers such as C-reactive protein and TNF-alpha, both of which are strongly associated with painful, inflamed joints. In one clinical trial, individuals with rheumatoid arthritis who consumed cinnamon daily reported significantly less pain and swelling compared to a control group. For something as straightforward as a spice, that is a truly notable result. There's another crucial angle that matters just as much: circulation. Healthy blood flow is vital. It diligently delivers oxygen and essential nutrients to cartilage, ligaments, and connective tissue, while simultaneously removing metabolic waste that can aggravate soreness. Cinnamon actively supports better circulation, which in turn helps your tissues to repair themselves, remain supple, and function more smoothly. Improved blood flow combined with a quieter inflammatory environment is a powerful combination your joints can truly feel. Cinnamon may also play a helpful role in blood sugar balance. This might sound unrelated to joint comfort, but stable glucose levels are a major player in overall whole-body inflammation. Elevated blood sugar can unfortunately amplify inflammatory processes and worsen joint symptoms over time. By helping to steady glucose levels, cinnamon tackles a hidden driver of inflammatory discomfort from an entirely different direction. That kind of holistic, whole-system benefit is precisely what makes food as medicine approaches so compelling and effective. Now for the practical part, how to incorporate cinnamon so it genuinely becomes a comfortable daily habit. You absolutely don't need to force down spoonfuls or choke back harsh concoctions. Start by identifying foods you already enjoy and simply layer cinnamon in. Try a warm, comforting bowl of oatmeal generously scattered with cinnamon and fresh berries. The pairing tastes fantastic, and the berries add additional antioxidants to complement cinnamon's anti-inflammatory punch. Prefer smoothies? Blend a pinch into your morning shake. Banana, almond milk, and even a bit of turmeric play beautifully with it, adding an earthy sweetness and even more joint-friendly compounds. If tea is your cherished ritual, prepare a simple cinnamon infusion. Simmer a cinnamon stick in water for 10 to 15 minutes, then sip it warm. A touch of honey or a slice of fresh ginger brings extra soothing support. It's a wonderfully calming way to either begin your day or to gently settle in at night. Cinnamon also truly shines in savory dishes. Toss roasted sweet potatoes or carrots with a light sprinkle before they go into the oven. The natural sweetness of the vegetables and the spices' warmth complement each other beautifully, yielding a side dish that's both deeply nourishing and incredibly joint-friendly. By doing this, you'll receive consistent low-dose exposure to the helpful compounds without ever feeling like you're taking medicine. One crucial detail you absolutely should pay attention to is the type of cinnamon you purchase. There are two main kinds commonly found on store shelves: Cassia and Ceylon. Most mainstream brands typically sell Cassia. While Cassia is perfectly fine in small culinary amounts, it does contain higher levels of coumarin, a compound that may stress the liver when consumed in large quantities regularly. If you intend to use cinnamon daily for its health benefits, always choose Ceylon cinnamon, which is often labeled true cinnamon. It possesses a gentler flavor and a much lower coumarin content, making it the superior choice for long-term daily use. You can typically find it online, in health food stores, and sometimes in the organic aisle of larger groceries. How much is truly enough? You don't need a lot. For general anti-inflammatory support, about 1 to 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon per day is a very reasonable target. With spices like this, consistency always beats megadoses. A modest amount used day after day tends to work far better and is significantly easier on your body than sporadic large servings. Think of it as a steady, gentle nudge toward balance rather than a quick fix. If you're grappling with ongoing joint issues, it's all too easy to feel overwhelmed by the sheer volume of pills, treatments, and often conflicting advice out there. Cinnamon is refreshing precisely because it's so simple. You can easily fold it into meals you already love and stick with it without any stress. No elaborate recipes, no strict protocols, just gentle, steady support. And there's a vital emotional component, too. Cinnamon is inherently comforting. It warms you from the inside, gently softens the edges of a tough day, and serves as a beautiful reminder that care can be both incredibly effective and deeply enjoyable. Healing doesn't have to be harsh. It can be as accessible as a fragrant mug or a perfectly seasoned side dish. Of course, a quick note on safety: more isn't better. Always stick with culinary amounts, especially if you're using Cassia, to keep coumarin exposure low. If you take medications or manage chronic conditions, always let your healthcare provider know you're using cinnamon regularly so they can ensure it fits seamlessly into your overall health plan. Choosing Ceylon cinnamon and adhering to everyday kitchen doses makes regular use a smart, low-risk strategy. If stiff joints, achy knees, or puffy fingers have been wearing you down, give cinnamon a fair trial. Start sprinkling it into your breakfasts, whirl it into a smoothie, brew a simple tea, or use it to season roasted vegetables. Small, delicious changes truly add up. Sometimes relief doesn't come in a bottle. It comes from a spice jar you already own, applied thoughtfully, one sprinkle at a time. Number 3, black pepper. Let S finally give some overdue credit to one of the most ordinary spices sitting right there on your table, black pepper. You might be thinking, really? That everyday sprinkle I twist over everything without a second thought? Yes, precisely that one. Please, do not let its utter familiarity fool you. Black pepper is far, far more than a mere flavor finisher. Used wisely, it transforms into a steady, reliable ally for easing joint soreness and significantly dialing down inflammation. Often, the most effective tools for healing are the ones hiding right there in plain sight. For centuries, peppercorns have served a powerful double duty, both elevating meals and profoundly supporting wellness in ancient Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. Modern research is diligently catching up, explaining precisely why this humble pantry staple can be such a monumental difference-maker for achy knees, stiff fingers, or a back that protests after long days. The secret to its power lies inside a single naturally occurring compound called piperine. Piperine is what gives pepper its characteristic sharp bite, yet it also delivers truly notable anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Those two qualities matter enormously when your joints are feeling cranky. Joint discomfort, whether from arthritis or years of wear and tear, tends to be fueled by chronic, low-grade inflammation. This relentless process leaves tissues swollen, tender, and less mobile, and over time, it can quietly nibble away at precious cartilage. Piperine helps by intelligently turning down key biochemical signals that drive this internal fire. It can inhibit enzymes such as COX-2 and effectively dampen pro-inflammatory cytokines, thereby addressing root causes instead of simply muffling symptoms. In other words, black pepper helps your system stop yelling in the first place. There is another crucial layer to this story. Life constantly throws oxidative stress at us through pollutants, ultra-processed foods, and even profound emotional strain. These pressures generate unstable free radicals that damage cells, including those vital cells that protect and cushion your joints. Antioxidants, generously supplied by black pepper, help to neutralize those unstable molecules, thereby protecting tissue and supporting recovery so your joints can move with less friction and discomfort. Now comes one of the most compelling reasons to partner black pepper with other joint-friendly foods. Piperine dramatically enhances the bioavailability of certain nutrients, most notably curcumin, the active component found in turmeric. Curcumin has an incredibly strong reputation for soothing inflammation, but by itself it is absorbed very poorly by the body. Black pepper can increase curcumin uptake by as much as 20-fold. That is precisely why golden milk, turmeric teas, and anti-inflammatory smoothies so often include a small but vital pinch of black pepper. The combination isn't just tasty, it's incredibly smart nutrition that unlocks significantly more of turmeric's potential. Bringing black pepper into your daily routine for joint support truly couldn't be easier. Start by making a simple choice. Opt for freshly ground pepper rather than pre-ground shakers. Grinding it right before eating preserves more piperine, which means more impact for the same sprinkle. Keep a small mill right where you eat and add it directly at the table to lock in potency with zero extra effort. Use it consistently across your day. Twist fresh pepper over eggs at breakfast. Whisk it into vinaigrettes for your salads. Stir it into warming soups and hearty stews. Combine it synergistically with turmeric on roasted vegetables or in lentil dishes for a simple, warming, and highly functional pairing. Even a modest pinch, used consistently, truly adds up over time. When you include healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or coconut milk, the absorption of fat-soluble actives improves even further. And do not skip your warm drinks. If herbal teas, turmeric lattes, or evening tonics are part of your rhythm, be sure to include a small crack of fresh pepper. The flavor becomes rounder and deeper, and crucially, you activate those anti-inflammatory constituents that are ready to go to work. This is one of the easiest ways to beautifully weave joint care into gentle daily rituals you may already cherish. A quick mindset reset helps too. Chronic joint pain can be deeply discouraging, especially when you feel you've tried everything under the sun. Remember that you are not powerless. You do not need to overhaul your entire life to make meaningful progress. Small, sustainable habits truly move the needle. Black pepper is one of those tiny, repeatable choices that quietly accumulate into less stiffness, less swelling, and more comfortable, joyful movement. No frantic hunt for rare superfoods, no pricey supplements required. Sometimes the most helpful shift is already sitting right there next to the salt. A brief but important word on safety. Pepper is generally well tolerated for most people in culinary amounts. However, if you have a very sensitive stomach or you take certain long-term medications, it's always wise to check with your clinician. Piperine can, in some instances, influence how the body metabolizes certain drugs. While this interaction is uncommon at typical food levels, it is still wise to be aware. For the vast majority of people, fresh pepper used in everyday cooking is both remarkably safe and incredibly beneficial. So, the next time you reach for your spice rack, see black pepper with fresh eyes. It is so much more than a mere finishing touch. It is a supportive touch. A simple, empowering way to help your body feel better from the inside out. Relief doesn't always begin in a pharmacy. Sometimes, it begins with a few turns of a grinder, and the quiet, empowering knowledge that each sprinkle is gently nudging you toward less pain and more possibility. Summary. There you have it. A few everyday spices with truly remarkable therapeutic potential. From cinnamon's cozy sweetness to cloves' antioxidant punch and black pepper's inflammation-calming kick, these simple staples do so much more than just flavor your meals. Used regularly, they can profoundly support joint health, ease swelling, reduce stiffness, and ultimately help you move through life with greater comfort and freedom. The absolute best part is you don't need sweeping changes. Start small. A sprinkle here, a pinch there, and most importantly, keep it consistent. Those tiny, repeatable habits compound into real, tangible results. Remember, relief doesn't always come from a bottle or a clinic. Often, it begins right there in your kitchen, with the mindful choices you make every single day. So, give your body that steady, loving support, one tasty plate at a time. If this video helped you feel more empowered, please tap the thumbs up and subscribe for more practical, natural health tips and simple remedies that truly work. And if you've already used any of these spices for joint pain, please share your valuable experience in the comments below. Until next time, take exceptionally good care of yourself. You're worth it. Thank you for watching Evergreen Health. Subscribe to stay healthy every day.